Hello, dear viewers. Thank you very much for watching Championing Uganda TV. And of course, we are here in the heart of Poto Tourism City, and we are seated here at Fort Fun City Hotel. And of course, as I always tell you, that you can catch us on YouTube at Championing Uganda, can get us at TikTok at Championing Uganda, you can get us on X, formerly Twitter, at Championing Uganda, and you can get us on Facebook at Championing Uganda. And of course, I'm privileged this time around. I'm hosting one of the seniors here, my comrade, my companion, my friend, my everything. And this is none other than Honorable Nkwasibwe Denis, who is a commissioner in the Amnesty Commission. He is a former district councillor representing Rimiton Council in the Kabarole district. When Bunyangabo was carved out of Kabarole district, he again remained a councillor for the same constituency. Then he is the Secretary for Finance, NRM Bunyangabo district. He is the director, Excel Primary School. He is the coordinator, PLU Bunyangabo district. He's a very big person. Tinkwija kumarayo ebitinesa ebyaine. Wait to Mr. Nkwasibwe Denis, nikutangira studios za Championing Uganda TV. Uwebale kuija nukuteka mchitiniso kwa lazima kwa iti. Mr. Denis, as a senior politician, in fact you were once a youth chairperson for Kabale district. I don't remember the years, but you were a district youth chairperson Kabale district. Of recent, we saw President Museveni akanabalizihanga State of the Nation address. Akaija yabazaho ebintu bingi muno. Much as many people are criticizing his State of the Nation, nebagamba it wasn't State of the Nation address. Ngo ebyabalise ebintu ebikukwataho abantu benyirambye tagaralike kintu department per department. Abazeho youth balibata, abazeho medical wabite kwatine byamarwaro, abazeho unemployment, abazeho biki na biki. So abantu bakagaya abengire bagamba ngo ngo cha president yabalize State of the Nation address tunukwe ekabesemerire kuba. Abandi bagamba ngo yes, he did it all. Ngo kuba esira kagiteka corruption. Ngo all these other departments zibe ngudo infrastructure, gabe masomero, bube butale, ebe service delivery, bibe marwaro, bibe bikibyona ngo ikizere cyabita mu Uganda niyo corruption. Ngo kuba corruption agiteka esira yamani. Ngo kuba barwanisa corruption ndo bulugwenguzi ebintu byo muhanga bijja kwa msemera. Nyetago tere touch mu rubazo rwa president kandi otemetemeramo omuntu wali aroreye Championing Uganda TV sazinu owarukuruga hasi kakoga owarukuruga ruyihamba owarukuruga hasi mtoroko amanye State of the Nation economy sake.
Webale munonga, thank you so much Akiiki hidden. I don't know whether you want me to use English or the local language.
We mix.
Amazina, I'm Denis Nkwasibwe. I'm a commissioner with Amnesty Commission and the treasurer of the NRM. I think since 2011, when we were still here in Kabarole. And above all, I am the director of Excel Primary School in Ruimi, Bunyangabo. A school I'm proud of because I've seen it grow from down to where it is today. Abasima, the State of the Nation addressed by the President on 6 on Coral grounds. The President addressed very many issues. Whereas people think he did not address the key issues the way they wanted, but the President, highlighted the history of this country from the pre-colonial times to the present. You know, he's a kind of person who believes in teaching, making people understand where Uganda has come from. Whereas some people want direct things be done as the way they want it, he's exceptionally different. The challenges of Uganda are not entirely political the way people think, and they are not questions of scarcity, but they are questions of management and values. The president talked about issues of corruption fundamentally as one of the causes or the biggest challenges of this nation. Uganda is not a poor country, as people may think, but mismanagement of resources at different levels. President Nkanyineka, he has people down him who are supposed to implement policies of government, but unfortunately he has always been betrayed. This government, the NRM government, stands on 4 pillars. That is patriotism, Pan-Africanism, social transformation, and democracy. The moment people don't love their country, the Pan-Africanism spirit, to have a feeling of Uganda and Africa as individuals, then we are wasting time. He tackled the issues of democracy, where people have democracy without ideology. You know, when we are looking at opposition today and what they are doing, you cry for Uganda. When you look at NUP headed by the Principal Bobi Wine, and the way they are looking at external intervention to save Uganda, then you look at an organization without ideology. Where the whites have gone in the name of saving the African spirit, they have always left those countries crying. Libya is a case in point. People in Libya, a few of them allied with the foreigners, the colonialists, those imperialists. The Gaddafi, who had worked for Libya for a long time. And Libya will never be the same. There has been an outcry. Libya is unmanageable. There are factions of leadership up to today. From the time when Somalia lost the government, it has never been stable. It is of recent where Uganda has done some pacifications to make sure that the population is in a position to sleep. So it is unfortunate that when we come to democracy, people don't know what they want. And I think some people want leadership for the sake of leadership. If today Bobi Wine was to be a president, what kind of values does he add in terms of democracy, in terms of leadership that Museveni has not done as a president? What does he offer for Uganda in terms of development, in terms of socio-economic transformation? When you hear him and other political actors, they don't bring up issues that build Uganda, but they look at Museveni having overstayed and going. Is it a manifesto or it is a lamentation? So we are looking at a state where people want to just change leadership for the sake of changing the leadership. And today, the future of Uganda would be very uncertain if it was to be in the hands of such individuals. Museveni talked about imperialism and their allies here. You can't look at Africa with its values and say you ally with these imperialists for the sake of getting support. Support issues like homosexuals and others, and then you want to become a president. You become a president with no society alive. God was not wrong. He was not sick. He was not asleep when he created man and woman. He was looking at a generation after generation. But unfortunately, our young people are failing to look squarely at what the society allies or the future of Uganda is. So, President Museveni addressed the state, addressed the population on issues he felt as an elder were pertinent to this country. The social transformation of this country lies towards industrialization now. Uganda is an agriculture-dominated country. Slightly where I fault the leadership is that they have not looked at exactly what can change this country in terms of agriculture. Proposals had been brought up of agriculture zoning. Say like Toro, they can put up this. In Kigezi, they can have this. The northern part of Uganda, they can have this. And those issues have not been implemented. So you find we still move here and there without a real program. The government has brought up many policies of funding, right away from Entandikwa to wealth creation, now there is PDM and others, in order to improve the household incomes. But corruption has been central to this matter. I'm hidden when today was Mcharo, and you look at how our peasants, our farmers are being discouraged from agriculture. Umuntu nahinga an acre yebichori, and he cannot get even $1 million out of it. Today umuntu napangisa an acre hamitwara ashatu. And when you put all those other costs, the production costs, ushanga yatanko mulimo 50. 1.5 million, and he gets less than that. Do you think that person is moving? The answer is no.
That's very true.
And unless government puts up a system, unless government opens up markets and looks for the markets for the populace, then I think agriculture is also in trouble. Because agriculture is the backbone of this economy. Before we think of the middle income economy, we need to first boost agriculture, which has the biggest part of this population. Whereas when you go to primary, secondary schools and tertiary institutions, agriculture is not seen as a more compulsory subject. Agriculture was among the compulsory subjects. And that's very wrong.
It was very wrong.
So a child would look at agriculture as a chifubiro.
Exactly.
Without knowing that one was a very bad policy. Today, at the level of primary, there is a school garden. It is timetabled like any other lesson. You go to secondary school, agriculture becomes very compulsory and is examinable. Then people would look at agriculture as more central. Beyond senior 4, beyond senior 6, he can go down, put his head crossed, and do something sensible for himself. So, Nituleva, when I was very young, there was only one university called Makerere University of Uganda. High-Onjeramu universities, as of today, they are around 55. They are teaching subjects or courses that don't matter to society. It is omuntu na university ashome a degree in history, a frat course. A degree in hospitality. Hospitality means okwachira abajenyi. Even my mother, who has never gone to school, na basa kwachira abajenyi without selling grand to go to university. You study a degree in theology. I think maybe you study in theology, you major in Ecclesiastes. I don't know whether you want to start a church or something else. But even the churches are becoming many. Now, we have lacked direction as a country, especially on the education system. To direct our people on courses that matter for the future. And that's why you see Bajang Akaruka Abonola, many youth following Bobby Wine and others, the messages are because they are frustrated. They have finished degrees with courses that don't matter, that are not marketable. Gone are the days when people would have like a degree of history and they could have the jobs. Because those who had degrees were very few. But today we are looking at the technical, the science subjects, things that can employ you yourself, without necessarily going somebody's office. When you look at the developed countries, they believe in colleges, vocational colleges,
exactly,
that offer skills to the population. Not these courses that are targeting offices.
With college
now,
jobs.
You are studying a degree in public administration, yes. But there is a public administrator in a certain office, and to retire is 60 years. And the offices are very few. Where are you going to get the job? So there is need for redirecting this nation, especially on career guidance, on courses that matter for these learners. Nabazire beitu kora huda mutawani wa Nanka, muhara wa Nanka ajire Mountains of the Moon kushoma degree. Ajire tena nyowanja ate kuza Mountains of the Moon ashomechi degree. But the question is, yaza kushoma Mountains of the Moon degree yachi? Oliya yaza kushoma ya culture, oliya yaza mu medicine, oliya yaza mu engineering, bato wawe yaza kushomachi? Is it a bachelor's in CRI? Is it a bachelor's in geography? What
ngogo ukororogo ina degree mwe halo hagikalize
akasoma konga kasomachi? And that is very challenging. So my humble appeal is the Curriculum Development Center should look at issues, should redesign the curriculum to suit the environment where we are now. Omwana wanje washanga na shoma the prairies of Canada, the Nyungu ya Mau,
St. Lawrence Seaway,
the Ngoni migration. Now, the Ngoni migration ninga the prairies of Canada. Imuyambechi, wamara sini ya mukaga noza korachi. Instead of bringing up a curriculum that tailors towards the current situation, echo muntu nabasa kukora. Omuntu, I have a belief ngo muntu oshomere a short course nahi yoba management of poultry or apiary or pigs or something else are better than someone who has a flat degree of arts. Noza kutambura utambure offices zono zotorole, you'll hate yourself and you hate your parents, you hate the country.
Now, Mr. Commissioner, briefly, Ntorora, when the President gives the State of the Nation address,
yes,
agihayo wirumiku babalahi kusoma budget ha.
Yes.
And in most cases, agera kujaburaho, kujabura abantu bike bangenda kusomebwa omu budget. Ekisani ebijuma ko bizende bukorwa, then ayongera ayolekaho ekisani bike bigenda korwa maiso. You are a businessman. Abaje Uganda in the Baramuno, many of them expected the president could get a hint yahireza hali emisoro. Cholekelesiwa gaje Uganda beje kuliyegwa emisoro enyingi yehingure in the next financial year. So sura ni ebintu kwa nispa ya meza kitekero umusoro na kino kitekero umusoro na buli kinu no kaduka koserekera no tundira munji yao nabo bezira abayura. So ekintu kino gazi kujja kutalabaniza buna baje Uganda kabana bandera president kukibaza bitu he didn't talk about it.
Omwami Basima, I told you, the president is the figurehead. But we have the executive, we have the parliament, and the local government. It is unfortunate that we have a parliament that doesn't know what it's doing. It is maybe unfortunate that we have a parliament that is composed of people who didn't have business. Omuntu ararya aho ari kireresa aho atere pokopoko ayishanga mu parliament. He has never even operated a kiosk. So bagamo ngumushoro 18% VAT. Taramana na VAT nichi because he has never done any business. And that can be shown by of recent when they increase when they were petitioning Mpuga and others halimiliyoni 5 that was put in the budget. These guys don't even read. These guys don't even read what is put in the budget. They don't own it. Bakashitamu budget konka boti bagirachi. They did not see it. Habokuba they are minding about it wakasente keitu bakatamu. Allowances zitu bazikwataho.
In fact kitu katueleze kisani kyamani ekitu kino ekya exhibitions, parliamentary exhibitions. Okuba yesterday the Honorable Medad Sagona talking about it. Do you think if you are to censure, the whole parliament should be censured? We are the MPs who passed it.
We have very many illiterates in parliament. People who don't read and who don't bother to read. Because look at the member of parliament who signed against the commissioners. And yet the money is exact in the budget of parliament. So onanda kunyangu MP wa nyinobwenje akashoma. Abantu bamuterire, don't you think it is a vote of no confidence?
They mind about man when they are given documents but warmuka bahora.
Bamwereka ngo allowance tubazishazire za travel zenchi ebyasigale bindi. They can put anything in the budget and still they can't.
Okay.
No, there are some things, of course, I don't deeply discuss because I'm part of government. But it is unfortunate that President at Kwihire Yalebalinga Konga, we have wrong elements in the government. Abali kutwara Uganda in another direction. Maybe I see the savior if General Muhoozi comes in as the next president. If he maintains his values of being serious, akatkwatira abantu abashuma, that would help us. I expected of recent, some months back, abashuma b'amabati having been identified, Museveni kubanaga. Kunkana ramuntu mweno shangurujire nawe hare was sympathizing. But we need a young man who will deal with these thieves. I was talking to some individuals, you know, even the constituencies in this Kazirageta, but they are right. This is OPM Karamoja. Amabati ga Karamoja, or you're a member of parliament, or Gatwana Kakanungu, Hachishembus.